Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. So I've eventually got round to breaking down the podcast that Nikita did with his friend. He does give the name out on the podcast, but I forgot what his name begins with. D something, I can't remember. Anyway, it was them two just giving us a rundown of what's going to be coming in the game in the coming months, and I'm going to quickly go through that with you. I will timestamp this if I remember so that you can skip to the little bits. So first of all, we get a look at a new revolver pistol that is coming to the game. This is called the Clapper Rhino, I think, if I'm pronouncing that correct. Nikita says that there will be 4 different versions of this gun. They will differ in lengths and caliber. Nikita says that what you see in the actual background, what you're seeing here, the gun being used, is just a basic representation of the gun. The sort of recoil and the general feedback that you get from the gun isn't dialed in yet, so what you're seeing here is very sort of basic in terms of how the gun will perform. And yeah, it looks okay. He says that the smallest one will take up just 1 cell, so that's pretty good. He says it will be fairly useful. He says it'll be very durable as well, so yeah, that's going to be coming to the game at some point. I think he mentions that it's coming in the next update, but I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on that. He talks about arena mode. He says that it's still in development and that it's in a good place, but right now he doesn't really want to go into too much about it. But he does say that he's hoping to have some sort of workable maybe demo within the next month or two, and he wants to get it released this year at some point. He says they're very excited about that and that the development for it is going very well, so hopefully within the next month or so we'll get to see some sort of maybe a promo video for that to give us an idea of what we're actually going to be getting when that is released. He talks about Steam audio. He says that the Steam audio issues have been fixed, and they've also fixed some other technical issues with networking, etc. Those will be getting rolled out as soon as is possible. He's getting asked a lot in the chat on this about anti-cheat, and he says that within the last week the anti-cheat has had between 4 and 5 updates. He looks a little bit frustrated by this, but I think it's the same question over and over. Fix the game, get the anti-cheat sorted, etc, etc. It's an ongoing battle with this game with anti-cheats, you know. They fix the cheats and then the people bring out new cheats to override that, so it's just one of those things. I think it'll always exist. It's just something that we're going to have to put up with. Personally, I have noticed that there's maybe a little bit more in terms of cheating in the game. I have had some very janky kills recently to people that either shouldn't have known I was in a certain place or should never have heard me, should never have known I was there, etc. So yeah, it does seem to be on the rise a little bit, but he says it's just a constant battle and they are updating it as often as they can. Next up, he talks about DLSS. He says it's planned for the next patch, and he also says that that will be in the next week or 2, so we will get DLSS very soon, and he gives a demonstration on screen of what we can expect from this, and it's just an image of customs to begin with a frame rate of, I think it's about 71 or 78, something like that. And DLSS is going to have 3 modes. It's going to have quality, balanced and performance, and he says that when FSR comes out that will have the same as well, but we're just getting the DLSS for now. And you can see that the boost of it, when you go from off and you go to quality, you're getting a boost of around just short of 40 frames per second. If you move over to the balanced performance, it's going up but upwards of nearly 60 FPS, so that's a great FPS gain for as far as I'm concerned, and I'm very much looking forward to that. He says that FSR is in the works, and you know that will come at a later date, but yeah, I think the performance boost that this gives is really good. I'm going to be using it, but not because it makes the game look better, but simply just to get that FPS boost. I think that will be a game changer for some people. Then we get to see a little video of crafting within the game. That's going to be changed up a little bit. You're going to be able to reuse certain things in the game. So for instance, if you fix something with a screwdriver, you don't then lose that screwdriver in real life, but in the game you do. It's a one-time use thing. Going forward, certain things within the game will have a multiple use. Now he doesn't say whether there's going to be durability added to that. Will you be able to use, for instance, a screwdriver 50 times or anything like that? He doesn't go into detail, so I don't know if there is durability. I would expect that there probably will be durability on these things at some point. And he also says that these things that have like a multi-use, he shows the screwdriver and the sewing kit, they will become rarer in the game, so they're probably going to command a higher price on the flea market. And yeah, it's a good little addition to the game. I'm really excited for that one. Talks about daily and weekly quests. You're going to be getting a reroll button for these. This was spoken about before, but we actually get to see it this time, and this is going to allow you to change that daily or weekly quest if you don't like the look of it, but it is going to cost you some money, and it's also going to cost you some trade rep as well. So the more you do it, the more rep you will lose, but it doesn't say whether you're going to get to find out what quest you're going to be able to change it to. I think it's just going to be the luck of the draw, so you're going to have to hope that you get sort of a quest that you then want to do rather than one that you didn't want to do. But yeah, I think that's a cool little addition to the game as well. Some of the daily and weekly quests are mundane, some of them are stupid, so the ability to change them up I think is a good addition. Next up we get the Lighthouse expansion video, and I will roll that for you guys so that you get to watch the entire thing, and then we will come back to it. So as you get to see, there is a lot to this expansion. It's going to add a lot of new areas, and Nikita says that it won't only just add the ability to go to the lighthouse area, there's going to be new expanded areas within the water treatment plant as well. Don't really get any idea as to what those are, and you certainly don't get to see them, but yeah, it's not just going to expand the lighthouse bit of the map, but also the water treatment area as well. And he says that with that there will be new bosses added in as well, but Nikita doesn't want to show us any of the bosses, but he does show us the lighthouse trader. So this is the light keeper. Not too much you can say about him really. I am going to do sort of a full separate video on the lighthouse expansion anyway, so I'm not going to go into massive detail in this one, but yeah, the expansion looks cool and I'm looking forward to that. Then we get the Flair gun. This is going to be added into the game, although he doesn't say when it's going to be added, but with this you will be able to call in an airdrop. The parameters of this you don't get to find out, but he does say that the Flair gun will have different uses. There will be different types of ammunition that you can get for it, so I'm assuming that the ammo that you use for calling in an airdrop will be extremely rare, and maybe, you know, maybe only a one-time use thing or something like that. I don't really know. Like I say, Nikita doesn't go into too much detail about it, but he does say that there will be different types of ammo for the flare gun, so it'd be interesting to see what else you will be able to do with that. Then he talks about Streets of Tarkov. He says that most of the art department is working on that at the moment, but there isn't much to show us. But he says it's coming along nicely. He talks about the graphical overhaul that is in the works for the game. New weapons and gear is also in the works, and they're going to be looking at adding customizable armor. That is due soon, but probably won't make it into the next update. And they're going to be adding weapon repair kits and armor repair kits into the game, so you'll be able to repair your armor and your weaponry to a higher level than what the traders will at the moment, and this will obviously buff the corresponding skills with that, so the more you use them, the less likely durability burn is to affect your weapons and things like that. So yeah, there's quite a lot coming to the game. Nikita said it was a short podcast, he just wanted to get as much information out as he could, but they will be doing a longer podcast at some point. This one only lasted just under an hour, I think it was, but they're looking at doing a longer one at some point in the future and get more information out there. But yes, DLSS will be coming very soon, within the next week or so, and there'll be a couple of other things added into that patch as well. I think we might get that revolver gun as well, if I'm not mistaken. So plenty going on in the game, plenty to look forward to. It was really good to see Nikita and the boys back in action, so all being well, we'll see them again very soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I've tried to make it as short as I can for you anyway. So as always, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.